What's going on, child? It's your most favorite diabetic YouTuber in the whole entire world. Back with another video. Now, today we are talking about how the Timberwolves have lost in the third round of the playoffs to the OKC Thunder. Now, I'm just going to break down my thoughts and opinions on why I think they lost, what they need to change, and honestly, there's a lot that needs to change because Anthony Edwards can't be the only one. And honestly, I won't even say Anthony Edwards was on his, full game. Like, he wasn't, on his A game type-ish or anything this round, but yeah, there's a lot that got to change. Now, I'm not a Timberwolves fan or anything like that, but I am an Anthony Edwards fan, so I would like to see them succeed, especially if my Pistons aren't succeeding. So with all that said, I got a lot to say, but before we get any further, say it's all love, no hate. Now, of course, I'm going to make my jokes, be brutally honest, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I am a little bit of arsehole, but if it's hate, beef, or anything crazy like that, I straight admit it. But one more time, all love, no hate. Now I'm thinking about making a whole video because OKC has played crazy. Like, obviously, they won. They're going to the finals, the championship game. Of course, they played crazy. So, I might make a whole separate video where I just talk about them, give my thoughts and opinions. But at the same time, I might wait till it's all said and done. But I really don't know. But in general, OKC, they played crazy. And I'll be honest with y'all, I thought Anthony Edwards and the rest of the Timberwolves were going to have to go crazy to actually beat OKC. Because OKC, in my opinion, yes, they're still young, but they are loaded. And honestly, the vets they added are just the right vets. Now, I knew Alex Caruso, but I didn't know Isaiah Hartenstein, etc. I didn't know they were going to really just make this team just find them little ass steps that they needed to go boom, boom, boom. Plus, of course, Shea is on his MVP level this year, but I'll save all that talk for another time. But I really didn't think that the Timberwolves would actually make it this far. And like I said, I'm not a hater or anything, but I just didn't think they had all the pieces. Now, Julius Randle, he wasn't there all the time, but he definitely played better than I initially thought when they traded for him. Dante DiVincenzo, I'm just going to be honest with y'all, in my opinion, as my fellow Italian brother, he just didn't play that great out there. Like, yeah, he was there sometimes. Yeah, he was a little bit of a helpful at moments, but really, as for what they really brought him in for, he wasn't there. And honestly, I thought he was going to be on this FU mindset this whole game, this whole season, this whole play. You know what I mean? I thought he wanted to see if he could get to New York in the champion. You know what I mean? Like, I thought he had that type of mindset. To see him, play iffy, great sometimes, not really great, like that, one of them players, it made me a little bit frustrated. But besides them three players, nobody else really did. Okay, I'm gonna say Rudy Gobert did all right, but I'll get into my rant on that in a second here. And also, Naz Reid, he did do pretty well out there, but at the same time, he is a free agent. I mean, I know he does have a player option, but he's going to go get a bag. He's going to get offered way more than his player option. His player option is 15 mil. All right, like, yeah, to me, that sounds beautiful, but like, to him, he probably go get a 4-year deal way worth more than that. Like, I'm just going to say it out loud. Now, I could be totally wrong. He might actually jump into it, but I just don't see that. Now, when it comes to Rudy Gobert, I'm just going to be honest with y'all, I really don't see how you can get rid of him. There ain't no way you could actually trade him. I don't know who's going to take that $115 million. God dang, I don't know who the hell would actually take that contract. Unless you trade him to Brooklyn. I don't even know if they would take him, because they're rebuilding and all that. But, yeah, you ain't going to get nothing for him. So if you trade him, I don't know what you're going to get in return. Maybe try to do some mixed classing type deal. But at the same time, I don't think that's going to help. I don't think that really makes his team much better. So I just think you're kind of screwed at least till that contract goes down for a couple more years. But at the same time, you got him for at least 2 more years. Yeah, you kind of screwed on that one. I'm just going to say that out loud. Now, be honest with you, I just don't understand. He frustrated the hell out of me. He wasn't, like, doing the simple things that a center should do. Like, yeah, he was rebounding, getting some buckets and all that shit. But, like, just a simple play. Like, of course, I'm not a hooper or anything like that. But, like, he just didn't go to the rim. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't watching perfectly, but it just frustrated the hell out of me. Now, Anthony Edwards, of course, he was literally the whole entire team. So, yeah, I do want to say that he wasn't playing the best he could, but he played the best he could at the same time. So, there are things that he's got to work on. He's got to work on And I'm not just basing this off stats. I'm just basing off my eye. But he's got to work on being more of a captain, more of a leader, more of an assister. And yeah, if you want to take all them shots, you got to make sure they connect a little bit more. So make sure you just work on everything around that. And honestly, I feel like if you get the right pieces around him, then it's all in. But at the same time, you look around it, you're like, I don't really know. Because the cap situation, I don't think they're going to have that much cap space going into this offseason or for a while. But yeah, I feel like they could try to make some type of moves here at the same time they really wanted to. But I just don't know necessarily who makes this team better. I don't know what moves they could make. But at the same time, I do know that they need better shooters. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like, they need more shooters off this bench. Alexander, if you want to bring him back, I don't mind that. Yeah, he's maybe not the best, like, shooter, but at the same time, that defense coming off the bench, that definitely was nice. Now, I'm not going to say, like, he should get a bag, but at the same time, he's probably going to want a bag because he is only bringing in $4 million in this season. So, you know, he's probably going to want something close to, like, 20 to 15. Yeah. So, I see them probably re-signing him, or low-key his ass going to OKC. I'm just going to say it out loud. I could see it happening. Go play with his cousin. And Mike Conley, he's here for one more year. I don't mind that. Of course, he's getting paid $10 million. I really don't mind that at all, especially for that veteran presence. Do I think he should get more playing time or anything like that? No. If anything, you just bring his ass to the bench and put him on that, like, Dennis Schroeder type vibe. And Dante, he's here for 2 more years. All right, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. If he's not playing good, he's getting that boot. Now, I'm hoping he can formulate something with Anthony Edwards to get some type of rhythm going, but at the same time, I'm just not too sure if that's going to happen. And I do think Dante's still a great player and will be good somewhere else, but I just don't know where. I just can't figure out where he might be utilized. Like, if the Hawks, they can get that shit really figured out, I think, honestly, it would be a beautiful fit, but at the same time, he might just be a role player at this point, which kind of showed that, but I'm not knocking it either because he's still getting paid at the end of the day, and honestly, he's still balling, and I'm not hating on him at all. Like I said, Italian brother, all right, but yeah, like, when you look at his team, the cap situation is scary. I don't think Naz Reid will be back. I think Naz Reid is going to go get a bag, and I don't think they're going to be able to give him the type of bag that somebody's going to offer him, which I'm just going to be honest with y'all. If my Pistons throw him an offer, please, I wouldn't mind him at all. But, I want to, like, Rob Dillingham. I know they need more shooting and all that, but if you're going to Rob Dillingham to really, like, formulate what's really going on with Anthony Edwards, because Ant's 23, I think Rob's 20, boom, your future's set on that level. Yes, I guess Anthony Edwards ain't really too small, but at the same time, Rob ain't the tallest guard. So you look at that, like, you're like, okay, we really need to find a forward and just forwards, because we're stuck with Rudy Gobert. So we got to figure out a power forward that's going to rebound and a small forward. And like, yeah, you still have Jaden McDaniels, but at the same time, I just don't know if he's like a starter. He just with this team, with Rob, with Anthony Edwards, I just don't know if he's a starter. So you would really have to start to look to see what you can do, because he's getting paid as well. And then if you do want to bring Julius Randle back because he's a free agent, even though he might sign into his option. I see he's got an option, so he might opt into it, but we'll see on that one. But if you do want to bring him back, you're really going to have to find a solid small forward, unless Dante wants to take that role and really, you know, be able to get them jump threes, yeah, them like corner threes, them hurry up rebounds, you know, like just be a little bit of the glue person for both of them middle routes. Like, you're literally the man in the middle type deal, which I know I don't really like. When I play 2K and shit like that and watch other teams, that's kind of just what I'm basing on. I'm just going to be honest with y'all, okay? So I see like they need to, once Naz Reid goes away, if he does go away, you're going to have to find another backup center or a starting center and put Rudy Gobert to the bench, which sounds crazy because of what he's getting paid. But you're going to have to find another center. I think if you do want Randall back, if he does opt out, you're going to have to find a solid small forward to swap Jaden McDaniels onto the bench. And honestly, I just feel like there are a lot of like little moves they can make, and maybe they do make a surprise move. I really don't think they have any like draft capital like that, especially trading up for Rob Dillingham last year and all that. I just don't think they have the capital. So, like, hypothetically, like, they could make some moves with some of their players, but I just think there's not a lot of options to be made. But they do need to make some shooters. They need to get more centers. And honestly, they just need damn near everything. And I would just reboot around Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and Rob Dillingham, if I'm being honest with y'all. Like, yeah, if you want to bring Julius Randle back, it's not bad at all. That's definitely the right move, but does it move the needle? I don't necessarily know, but who the hell else does in a free agency / in general? But really, that's all I got to say, but I do want to know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Also, in the comments, comment your boy, make all kinds of videos, so comment you want to see. And yeah, that's like all for the video.